Can Hbar replace Bitcoin, or Hbar is just a scam cryptocurrency? You'll also find out which corporations are behind the funding of the Hedera blockchain, and is there any chance for the token to grow by 30 times, or maybe even 50 times. Let's start with the value of this project. The project is positioning itself as a third-generation public network, which is considered to be the next stage in Bitcoin and Ethereum development. Its strengths include high in-scale capacity, security, smart contracts, energy efficiency, and low usage fees. The blockchain can continue to work as long as two-thirds of the networks agree or reach consensus. According to the developers, this approach has provided a high level of network security while keeping transactions fast and cheap. Hbar is the only cryptocurrency based on Hashgraph, which is a native token of the network and is used to pay for commission. The source code of Hedera is closed and protected by Swirl's patent. The management and development of the platform is the responsibility of the members of Hedera. This board includes corporations such as Google and Ubisoft, among others. What else makes Hedera and its Hbar token different from other blockchains? The platform is capable of processing more than 10,000 transactions per second with the possibility of further scaling the network. Transaction fees are a fraction of cents. What distinguishes Hedera from competitors like Ethereum? Developers position the project as a platform for business, so the network has a number of characteristic features. For example, unlike Ethereum and BNB, the average user cannot launch a smart contract or a decentralized application. To get full access to the services of Hedera, it's necessary to create a personal account and pass verification. After verification, the following possibilities will open: issuance and managing tokens, including NFT, creating and launching smart contracts in programming languages like Solidity. Like any project, Hedera has its pros and cons. Among the positive things is the fact that the technology is truly unique. The network has a high bandwidth. The project has the support of large companies. There is support for smart contracts and the idea of decentralized applications and low transaction fees. And speaking of the minuses, we can note the lack of decentralization and closed source code. Just recently, the company made a major partnership with giant Hyundai and Kia, making a sort of breakthrough to the Eastern market. Previously, the team announced that they have integrated the ChatGPT plugin into their blockchain. Also, if we open Twitter, we can see that every day different news and changes are published, but sometimes projects just pretend to work and nothing really happens. For this, we can use GitHub website, where developers of most projects update information about what has been done and add it from programming point of view. And it's a good tool to see if the project team is actually doing what they say they're doing. In the last 2 years, the number of unique developers on Hedera has increased by 173%, which is a very good result. But over the last year, their number has fallen by 31%. The drop in the number of developers can be attributed to the bear market, which made the token correct by 93%. It's important to understand the tokenomics of the project. The project has raised $118 million in 2 rounds of investment, from such funds as Block Tower and Digital Currency Group. This is Tier 1 fund, and it means that most likely the funds are not greedy and do not lock in profits and 10x growth. Also, they did an ICO program, and the price per token was $0.12. But in the private sale, which is held before the ICO round, the price for investors was $0.05. That is, in the previous bull market, investors had in the neighborhood of 10 to 15x's, and were fixed at these prices. But since every project has vesting and it's usually stretched over a couple of years, the project didn't have time to sell all its tokens. But since every project has vesting and it's usually stretched over a couple of years, the project didn't have time to sell all its tokens. Now there are no blocked coins left. All tokens are in the hands of the team and investors. Now we can see the accumulation zone for 1.5 years, where funds buy back the emission. We can see it in the chart. Now we have a local alt season, and the token price has grown by 100% from its low. I believe that the price of token in the current phase will reach $0.15 to $1.3. And from February it will begin a correction as it was a year ago, and already to the bull market, which will begin tentatively in the fall of 2024. I plan to have the Hbar coin by the next bull market. Now, the most attractive solution is to sell the asset completely when it will be in the range of $0.14, $0.16. And then, after the correction closer to the summer, start buying. For me, the acceptable price for token is 0.35–0.5 cents. Buying at these values will not be a mistake. The growth potential of this coin in the bull market is very high, as it's one of the few cryptocurrency projects that integrates with giant traditional companies in the real world. A huge advantage of Hbar is its small capitalization compared to XRP, for example, which is also integrated with the real world, but has a very large capitalization. Also, Hbar has a huge funds and a competent team. In the next bull market, the growth potential is huge. In an optimistic scenario, this coin can give more than 50 times growth. Therefore, I'm waiting for the Hbar token around $2–3. These are levels where I will start to gradually sell these assets and take profits. Why do I say that the coin can grow more than 50 times? Well, there are two reasons for this. The first one is that liquidity will be low, that is, trading volumes per day will be only a couple of million, which means that funds physically cannot sell their tokens. And I assume that funds are not just for 1.5 years but up the asset at low prices. This way, they'll send the price of the token very high in order to make huge trades. We have such an example now, the Neon token, which has grown 45 times, and check out its trading volumes. This way, the project has a capitalization of 200 million and trading for a couple of million. That is, there are no willing to buy this asset and funds have no one to sell their tokens. Therefore, the price of the token is growing higher. The second option is successful marketing along with real ecosystem integration and creating a narrative that Hbar will replace Bitcoin very soon. I hope the video was helpful.